Well, it's hotter than a hoo-hoo out here. Whew, need to let Alice cool down. Yep, it's another Fast Food Friday. Boy, it's been a long while. Oh, well, hello there, friends and family. So good to see you again. Now, as you can see, we're out in Alice today. And like I said, if you didn't catch it, it's hotter than a hoo-hoo. Yeah, they say it's 94. Feels like 100 out there. And I can tell you from experience, because I've been out there just doing the afternoon watering, oh, it feels like 100 or more. So hey, if you'd like to, jump on in, buckle up, no fighting or bickering. You know, you can sit on each other's laps, you know, if y'all can agree. And hey, we'll take a ride and see what we can eat for a treat on this episode of Fast Food Friday. And like always, it's because of you, our viewers, fans, friends, and family that support this video through your kind and generous donations, through the super thanks and cards too. So we really want to thank you, me and the kitty crew, for all you do for us. Thank you so much. So hey, I want to hear some belts clicking in, and let's get Alice on the road again. Well, Alice cooled down a little bit. At least she was sitting in the shade. So, you know, when they, NOAA, you know, that's National Oceanographic Atmospheric Administration, measures the temperature all around the country and the world. That's supposed to be measured in the shade. Sometimes I wonder, nowadays, if that's what they do. Seems like everything's a record anymore. But that's all I'll talk about that. But we're so glad to have you and Alice with us today. And it being so hot, you know, I'm really not sure just what I want. One of the interesting things this week was, yep, we had our water shut off for about a half a day. They found a leak right there. We just bumped over it, where they dug up the highway and had to fix the main. And, you know, gladly, I'd done the water morning. You know, the watering in the morning. Because it wouldn't be till later that evening that the water would come back on. But my plants survived, and that's a good thing. But when it's this hot outside, you know, and with the way I've been feeling, rather fatigued, and even though I've been trying to eat, you know, as fresh as I can, you know, trying to incorporate as many fresh vegetables into my diet, you know, when I make my sandwiches every day, because I've been eating them because they're nice and cool and crisp. You know, I always include some fresh tomato, lettuce, onion, maybe some, you know, black olives or green olives too. They're not fresh, but they're yummy. And I like them. But the, you know, that cold, crisp sandwich helps to cool your core down, along with some fresh, cool water to get that temperature down. So I'm sort of thinking today, I'm sort of hankering for something cool and crisp and refreshing, and of course rehydrating, because that's just what fresh vegetables do, since most of them are anywhere from 81% to 96% water. If you didn't know, look up your favorite vegetable and see how much water it contains. But yep, I haven't cooked a lot. I've cooked a couple of meals, and of course, you know, when I cook, it's hard to cook for one, so I wind up cooking for 4, and then I have to eat it for a couple of days, but that's okay. And I won't lie, I broke out a freezer treat once or twice too this week, when I just didn't have the giddy up and the go. But as you can see, woo, we got a blue sky with some scattered poofy clouds, and that sun is just bearing down on us. Yes, it is. Thankfully, Alice has some cool AC. I don't know how we made it before AC. But I'm old enough to remember before we had it, because we didn't get AC, and we were living in the South at the time, Madison, Alabama, which is in North Alabama, which is a tad cooler than here in the deep South, where I'm at now, by a few degrees. Woo! The summers were unbearable to us newly transplanted northern folk. See, we were used to the Pennsylvania and New York weather, not the South, with all the heat and humidity. And we arrived in '66. Yep, and I think it was in '68 when my father bought a used AC window unit. It was a 23,000 BTU Fetters air conditioner. Sat in the window, and he bought it used. I think it was for like 250 bucks. Back then, you know, air conditioners were rather expensive. Well, they still are. And boy, we put it right in the dining room. Well, it really wasn't dining room. Where the table was in the kitchen, that sort of split the trailer in half. Because we lived in a trailer, or a mobile home if you prefer. And he was still in the Army at that time, and they preferred living in a mobile home over living on base. So that was their choice. But I can remember late that night, that summer of '68, I think it was sometime early August, and we were burning up alive. When we plugged that thing in and it came alive, the whole family stood in front of it for quite some time. Now, at least us here in the U.S., we take air conditioning for granted. You know, it's a must-have, even if we don't live in the South. Now, I know up in Bradford, Pennsylvania, and Erie, and all that area up there, northwestern Pennsylvania, my grandparents and great-grands never had air conditioning. Never did. Somehow it did seem cooler back then, or maybe they were just used to it and tougher folks. Ooh, there's Jack's, the Kitty Crew's favorite. So you know, we may be having to stop by there on the way back. But we're running up here a little bit farther, because I got a real deal where I can save me some money, and I'm thinking get a whole lot of food too. Now, I put a poll in the community tab to see just what your taste buds were craving this Fast Food Friday, and it does appear, oh, well over 40% of you are wanting Chinese. And I was thinking about that too. But then, that their cool crispness, desire for that came to mind. And we're just going to whip on in here, right here. Hey, there's the main location of Superfoods. Now, hey, if you'd like to jump out and grab you a sub, Papa John's Pizza, or some Chinese too, or stroll into Superfoods while I'm getting what I'm selecting, you're more than glad to. And we'll all meet up here in the car when I get back. Well, I'm back. Did y'all get out and get you something too? Now, I'm not going to tell you what I got till we get back to the little old country kitchen. But we got to make one more stop. Y'all don't be peeking into my bag to see what I got till we get home. Woo, but this here newly sealed asphalt parking lot, just a short time I was walking across it to get back and forth from the car, it made the soles of my feet hot. There ain't no telling how hot this asphalt is. I'd hate to know. Yeah, I got fixed right up. I'm quite satisfied with the deal. Of course, it'd be nice if the state of Alabama would finally repeal the state tax, sales tax on food. They talked about it last year, said they were gonna, but all they wound up doing was dropping it by 1 penny. Yep, that helped us out a lot. Not so much. And I know some states don't have sales tax on food, but overall, can't complain, because when you add up our overall tax burden here in our state, it is fairly low in comparison to most others. So I guess in the end, it's all about the sum of the total instead of just one thing. You can't have everything. So yeah, as you might have guessed it, you know what the kitty coo is craving. What they're always craving. And that's Jack's. And what's their favorite there? Well, of course, chicken. Yes, it is. Woo! They don't mind a nice hot meal on a hot day. Of course, I let it cool off some too. So let's go on in and get them their treat. Right here at the Flavor of the South, Jack's.
Welcome to Jack's.
Yeah, I'd like a 3-piece chicken finger snack and a large sweet tea.
What dipping sauce?
Ranch.
Anything else for you?
That'll be it.
$9.55.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Now, I don't often get a sweet tea anymore because I'm trying to limit my sugar consumption, which I don't eat any sweets to amount to nothing. You know, and I don't use sugar in my cooking. There's not a sweet or a cookie to be had in the house. Nope. About the only sugar I intake anymore is if it's hidden in processed foods. And since I read, you know, the nutritional content, I've been cutting that out too. So hey, I enjoy a nice, cool, ice cold sweet tea from time to time, and today's the time. Ooh, it's nice just getting back in the shade.
So you had a 30-finger snack with a large sweet tea?
Yes, ma'am.
$9.55.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Well, that didn't take but a minute or two. Jack's is quite fast. So as you know, we got the kitty crew some chicken fingers for their treat this Fast Food Friday. They love those chicken tenders. And yeah, I already know I could make them up a lot cheaper, and I have at times. But Fast Food Friday isn't about that. It's about treat time. Papa don't gotta cook, and it's just run out in a nice air-conditioned car and grab something. And we don't do it very often. And if it wasn't for y'all, we wouldn't do it at all. I would have probably just made sandwiches of some kind. Because when it's this hot outside, I don't want to be heating up the house, cooking a meal. Do y'all do that too? So yep, we're heading on back to the home. And you've seen everything along the way, and the camera's starting to get a little bit hot. because it's sitting in the blazing sunshine up on the windshield. And like the last time we did this, 2 months back, the camera got so hot it shut down, and I don't think it's good for that. So hey, y'all be quiet and behave. Quit poking your fingers and peeking in the bags. I'm not peeking in yours. And we'll see you when we get back to the little old country kitchen at the house. Well, y'all, as you can see, we're back in the little old country kitchen. And I can't wait to eat. I'm sure the kitty crew can't either. But we'll go over what we got. We'll start here, right with our jacks. Yeah, we got them a 3-piece chicken tender snack, which comes with 3 of their famous chicken tenders, a small order of fries. Yeah, it looks like y'all been into those fries, by the way. And we got a little bit of ranch dipping sauce that I'll use for a salad, probably later on. And that ran us $5.99. And we also got that large sweet tea, which cost me $2.69. That was a splurge. That'll be enough to treat them today, and they'll be as happy as they can be. And then what did I get? Yeah, you probably already were spying it. I went ahead with the cool and crisp, eat fresh. Yeah, I know it could be fresher, but it's okay. I didn't have to buy it, cut it up, peel it, slice it, or do any of that. And I got me 2 subs, but I didn't pay full price. Let me show you what I did. Oh no, I got a special deal. I had coupons. And I got another one right here. Get 2 footlongs for $12.99. Yeah, they're no longer $5 a piece, but in this day and age, what prices are, I didn't think $12.99 for those 2 footlongs was that bad of a deal. Of course, you can get 1 footlong for $6.99, and they got some other coupons here too. Get 3 footlongs for $7.99. And we get these coupons along with other fast food coupons in a circular we receive in the mail about once a month. So I wait and take advantage of the coupons when they come. So yeah, here's my receipt right here. 2 footlongs, $12.99. Had to pay $1.30 sales tax, so with tax it was $14.29. Now you may wonder, what kind did we get? Well, this one I chose a tuna. You know, a tuna sub. You might not have been your pick, but I was craving some tuna and fresh veg. That would have normally cost $8.89. And I got it with tuna, American cheese, lettuce, tomato, red onions, green peppers, pickles, black olives, and their garlic aioli sauce. Yeah, it's yummy. And for my second one right there, I picked up the ultimate BMT, which would have cost me $9.89. And both of these were on the herb and cheese bread. And the BMT Ultimate has pepperoni, Genoa salami, savory black forest ham, 2 times the provolone cheese, lettuce, tomato, red onion, green pepper, pickles, black olives, and some more of that garlic aioli sauce, or aioli, or however you pronounce that. Yeah, and it would have normally, these 2 would have cost me before tax $18.78, but I got them for $12.99, and I only eat a half at a time, so there's 4 meals, and I saved $5.79 for a treat for me. This will get me all through the weekend. I'll eat a half, I'll wrap them up tight, put them in the back of the fridge, and they'll stay just fine, because I've done it several times before, and I don't mind. So that's what I got. Let me know what your favorite sub is and how these prices compare in your area, do you get coupons too and use them when they arrive? So now all I got to do is get the Kitty Crew's tenders cut up and served to them. So let me get that going on. Gracie, Gracie, you want your, Gracie, Gracie, you want some? You want some chicken tenders too? Okay, there you go. There you go, sweetie. There's yours right there too. Well, looks like, yep, you gotta drag them out. That's okay, Papa's got them off the floor. Go for it, make sure they're dead. You were missing those Jack's tenders, weren't you? Yes, you were. Yep. I guess Trixie taught her. You got to take out the real food that don't come in a can or a bag. And make sure you put it in the floor. Make sure it's dead. That's what she does. Every time. Well, Gracie, I got to go out and give the Kitty Crew theirs. So you enjoy. Okay? You want to say thank you to your friends and family? They're the ones who bought them for you. You're too busy eating. She's going to town. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, 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 kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Cleo. Where's Cleo? Cleo. Yep, there comes Spooky. There's Speedy at my feet. Well, wonder where Cleo's wandered off to. Yeah, it's that time of day. She heads over and visits some of her friends. Yes, she does. She might be over at the Davises or Cindy's, who knows. Well, maybe she'll show up. We saved one, so that'll be Cleo's, okay? Spooky, you remember them, don't you? Speedy, she's right underneath me. You don't want any, Speedy? Cleo. Cleo. Well, this is rather strange. They're wanting to be right by me. I wonder if we got some dogs loose. Cleo. I see Cleo coming. But these two, there's one, Spooky. There's Speedy. And there's their chicken tenders. We normally love them. Let's see what Cleo thinks. Surely they can't be tired of them. No. She passed them right up. Huh. That's the strangest thing. Every other time, they've gobbled them up. Well, maybe, and this may be why, it's just too darn hot out here to eat. We'll try it later this evening, after it cools off. Well, it's not a pail. I just think my black kitties are too hot to eat. I know if I was out here sitting right now, oh, it's down to 93, I wouldn't want to eat either. So I'm going to take theirs, wrap them up, and put them in the fridge and cool them down, and I'll bring them back out later this evening when the temperature comes down. I'm thinking they'll eat them then. Because look at them. All they're wanting to do in this heat is lay around. Cleo's coming over to check them out. Maybe she can eat a few. Well, she's starting to eat some. But I think it's just too hot. So hey, I'll leave them sit there for a bit, and I'm gonna head on back in because I will burn up. So as Cleo starts munching down, maybe the others will too. I'll check on them in a minute. But hey y'all, I want to thank you all again for what you do for all of us here. For me and the kitty crew, you know them all. Cleo, Speedy, Spooky, sometimes Heathcliff, old Fluffy Muffin, and of course the little princess of the house, Gracie. See y'all on that next episode of Mr. Tom's Neighborhood. May God bless you all as you bless those in your lives. And we love you for everything you do to make our lives better here too. I do hope in some small way these videos make your life happier too. So hey, take care, stay safe, until we see you again on that next video. Whew. Yep, picked some more blueberries in the morning. Oh, I gotta get in. It's all too hot. Well, I came back in and Gracie's pretty much almost got hers all weighed up. So I know there's nothing wrong with them. Of course, it's 78 in the house. And outside, it's 93 in the shade. And I'm thinking the kitty crew was just too hot to eat. Later all.